I picked you. I picked you.
Yeah. I picked me what?
I picked you when I was with God.
Yeah.
And you were my mommy before. In my past life.
Yeah. So why do we have to come back to this life again? Why do you think?
Because God wants us to know something. And it's very important. And if we don't know it, we have to do our life again. And if we don't know it, we have to do our life again.
Pam was me once. Really. God threw me back down and my new mom made me loose.
The first thing that he would say to me that would make me turn around and question what he was talking about is he would say, before I was a baby, I had black hair. And I was like, what are you talking about? You know, you were bald until you were 2, and now you have blonde hair. You never had black. After correcting him so many times and explaining to him that he was born a boy and that he was never a girl, he would still kind of bring things up just matter-of-factly, like, oh, well, when I was a girl, I did that.
This boy claimed he had lived before as a Russian soldier. As a young child, Evan started writing the Russian alphabet, but he grew up in Missouri with no Russian roots. He went to see a specialist who noted signs of emotional stress similar to what's seen in people who've been through extreme situations. But Evan had never experienced anything like that in this life. Night after night, Evan had intense dreams. He described in detail being a soldier in the middle of a conflict. He told his mother he had done things he wasn't proud of, but said it had been his job. One dream showed him in his final moments a woman holding his hand, who he believed was his daughter. He said his body was failing, and as he faded, he felt deep sorrow for the people he had to leave behind. His parents began looking into it. They discovered a real Russian soldier from that time whose story matched the details Evan had described. Evan confirmed specific facts, including names of places and commands spoken in Russian. His name was Ivan Mikhailovich, almost identical to Evan Michael. His story is one of the most fascinating reincarnation cases ever documented.
Driving in the car and she says, "Mommy, this is just like where I died." Like real excited, not upset or anything, just kind of very matter of fact.
At 2 years old?
Yeah, she was about 2 3/4.
So then you say, honey, you didn't die.
I said, well, Leah, what are you talking about? She goes, she says, I was in my car and it fell off the bridge in the water and I died. And so I pulled off the road because I was a little stressed. And she said, and I said, well, where was Mama? And she said, you weren't with me that time.
This is what your 2-year-old said.
Yeah, she did.
She was just very old.
Did you grandma almost couldn't walk?
She was old. She could walk, but she was old.
Mommy, your grandma's here. And she says, hi, Jamila.
What?
Your grandma's here. And she says, hi, Jamila.
Her mommy explained there was no way she could know this name because she was called Jamala 30 years ago by her grandmother while growing up and never told it to anyone.
They don't behave like normal children. They ask questions no one can answer. They speak of past lives, other dimensions, and cosmic truths they shouldn't know. They are called Indigo children, and some believe they aren't human at all. The story of the Indigo children is not a new one, but its layers are far deeper than most realize. Originally coined in the 1970s by parapsychologist Nancy Ann, the term indigo referred to auras she claimed to see around a new generation of children. These children, she said, were different. Highly intuitive, emotionally reactive, anti-authoritarian, and seemingly wise beyond their years.
When I was born, the way that I came in through was directly through the golden cube. Because everybody else was being brought in through the birth canal and all the regular shit, right? So what he did was, outside of the glass dome, he brought the cube in and then he hit my mother as I was getting ready to be delivered.
Right.
So that's why I say that my birth is literally a light conception, because it is. And now you're seeing more and more evidence of light conceptions. Well, mine was just like nothing. The water started vibrating colors the day I was born.
Some believe indigo children are part of a secret experiment in human consciousness. Others suggest they are hybrids, genetic blends of human DNA and extraterrestrial material. And the darkest theories claim they are being hunted, silenced, or reprogrammed by governments and covert organizations who fear what they might become.
Because my essence, which is my consciousness, is of Sananda Galactic, which was also known as Jesus. He's always told us that the humanoids would come out first for disclosure and off-planet humans, or should I say humanoid beings like myself. So we're definitely not human. We're a special type of ET, if you would. We have all of the abilities to shapeshift and teleport and all that stuff, which is what makes us super beings or superior. All this is coming out as well. I can do things that are totally not normal.
During the 1980s and 90s, stories began to spread of children who exhibited unexplainable abilities: telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, even spontaneous healing. Parents described encounters where their toddlers spoke of galaxies and soul contracts, of being sent here to help.
Before everyone comes to this realm, there is a hierarchy that is in charge of people coming in and going. You know how I say we volunteered and we were chosen? That's because some of us, if not all of us, was chosen to be here. We volunteered to do so, and we all had certain contracts and agreements in place.
Some claimed these children could see beings others could not.
The dimensions, they get so high that even the ones that you can't see, they can't see the ones that I can see. Which is why I always said that the unseen forces are being wiped out by an unseen force.
Teachers, overwhelmed and confused, found these children defiant and unteachable, prone to questioning rules and challenging authority figures. Psychologists diagnosed many with disorders, but spiritual communities claimed they weren't broken, they were advanced.
And I've already knew that I wasn't normal because I didn't think the way people did, right?
Right.
My IQ is through the roof when I was, 7 years old, or my whole life. So I wasn't sitting in no fucking schoolroom listening to people force shit down my throat. That being said, I already knew that things were wrong with this planet. I just didn't know who I was up until maybe 2016, 17, where Dad started showing me things, and I was working with the energies and holograms and moving energy from one place to another and then testing it and doing this and doing that.
Soon, books flooded the New Age market. The Indigo Children, The New Kids Have Arrived, The Crystal Children, Beyond the Indigo Children. Talk shows and alternative radio took notice. The message was clear. A new generation of humans was arriving, and they were here to transform the planet.
This is why I'm known as the Supreme Commander. Daddy calls me the Galactic Overlord, and there's nobody that can do what I can do.
Right.
I wouldn't even fuck with myself if I was me, right? If I was somebody. I don't want no problems. What do you want?
Yeah.
And I'm doing it in a way where I'm showing y'all this is real. I don't care what anybody says. Daddy's validating everything step by step by step. So we are going to have a kingdom, and it's going to be a kingdom of love and light taking care of each other. That's what I said. That's what I said when Daddy told me that I inherited all this stuff. I said, you're saying I inherited a fucking shithole. I inherited a mess, and you're going to clean it up. All right, I got you. All right, well, it is what it is. Let's go.
Some theorists took it further. They claimed that indigo children are born with partially activated latent DNA, sometimes referred to as junk DNA, that allows access to psychic abilities, healing energy, and multidimensional awareness. This was where science met speculation. Proponents of this idea pointed to studies of children with inexplicably high IQs, abnormal electromagnetic readings in their presence, or an uncanny ability to learn complex systems without formal education. Other researchers claim that many of these children had unusual genetic markers.
I'll give you some insight on my abilities. Some of you guys seen the movie King Arthur, where he just went into a different realm and was super fast. Okay, well, I have those same abilities. I can go into an army base full of these fuckers and kill them all pretty much at the same time, maybe a split second behind.
Rh negative blood or Rh blood. Is that a special kind of blood? Can you explain that quickly?
It's off planet. They say it's ET, but it's actually an old humanoid bloodline, which is what I'm a part of too. My mom is Rh negative.
Still, in fringe communities, the theory gained traction that indigo children are star seeds, souls incarnated on Earth from distant planets, star systems, or other dimensions.
For instance, Sananda, which is who I really am, I was the first, which is why they even call me the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. For every planet Dad makes, I'm the first one on it, whether I'm in human form or this form or that form. My essence is the first one on each planet.
These souls agreed to incarnate in human form during this time to help raise the consciousness of Earth in preparation for a coming global shift.
Life doesn't end on this realm, on this planet. So when you volunteer to come here, some of us know exactly what you're going to do. It's going to be short and sweet and come back out. And then some of us are literally volunteered to come here and then we're stuck. We're literally screwed. Me being one of them. So that is true. We also volunteered. We also were chosen, right? We were chosen to volunteer, if that makes sense to anybody. So we were chosen by Daddy. And we also volunteered. When he chose us, you had the option to either volunteer or not. Mm-hmm. So those of us that were strong enough and knew some of the things that he told us before we came, jumped to the opportunity and came on in. When we got here, we were like, oh, fuck.
Theories emerged that powerful entities, both terrestrial and otherworldly, were interfering with the awakening. Psychic attacks, electromagnetic pollution, pharmaceutical suppression through ADHD medication. These were said to be deliberate strategies to disconnect indigo children from their higher purpose.
If they could have killed me or if they could kill me, they would have did it already. So there are mechanisms in place that stop that from happening. Also, B is one of the ones that takes the hits for everybody. They retaliate and they hit him because they see his role in it all. And if they can kill him, they can stop what I'm doing. It's not the case, and it's not going to happen. However, he's also used that way to validate certain things. So if we're working on certain things and then we hit this, they'll instantly retaliate at him.
Right.
Because they can't get to me, right? So then what happens is after they retaliate, I can then remote view where it came from, no matter where the fuck it came from. Then I go, hey, you see that guy you just hit back there? That's my little brother. Now guess what? Pow! Because all it is an energy signature, and they sent either an energy signature or they stuck a spear in him and all this other shit.
Whistleblowers claimed that alphabet agencies like the CIA, NSA, and DARPA were tracking indigo children from birth. They pointed to patterns: early hospital visits, blood samples taken without consent, unusual school testing programs, and unexplained visits from government agents or social workers.
You probably don't remember, but if you went to public school in America in the 1990s, you were 100% tested for psychic ability. The GATE program was the Gifted and Talented Education Program. I was a psychic in the Navy, and the number one question I get when I tell people that is, how did you get that job? Did you just walk in there and ask them for it? And I always have to tell them no, because that is not how it works. I actually got discovered when I was in elementary school at 10 years old, through the GATE program. The GATE program was actually run by the CIA, and because they did it in elementary schools, most people assume that they meant gifted and talented, like you may be gifted at reading or talented at math. That's not what they meant, babe. They meant, do you have a gift? Are you talented at psychic ability? First of all, what they were looking for was people to serve in the military, and they were looking for somebody that was good at a specific psychic ability called psychometry, the ability to read the energy of objects.
A classified operation called Project Indigo was initiated to locate, monitor, and neutralize indigo children showing strong psychic development. The project's goal? To either harness their abilities for use in defense technologies or suppress them entirely. But documents leaked from programs like Stargate, which researched remote viewing for military use, lend a chilling plausibility to the idea that the government has always been interested in psychic phenomena, and perhaps in those who naturally possess it.
When I speak of these things, everybody has to understand that I'm the best remote viewer on Earth, okay? Not only on Earth, but universe-wide. That's why I can do some of the things that I can do. There's military personnel coming out talking about the things that I've been telling y'all for years is possible. You know, at the end of the day, I'm the king of all this shit. I can do it all. This is what they've been doing.
The Indigo child doesn't fit the system, so the system medicates the child. Some researchers believe Indigo children are not entirely human.
The children are so connected to dad when they first come in, and the people, their parents or the people with school systems and all that, they fuck them all up. You don't need vaccines. You don't need to vaccinate your children at all. None. Not one. None. And then before you leave the hospital, you got 10. They attempt to stop what the child will be doing. They gave me a bunch of shots when I was a kid, nonstop, just like everybody else. Did it affect me? No, because dad made me immune to everything.
These children, they argue, are part of a rescue mission. Humanity, left to its own devices, is on a path of destruction.
This is very real. My job is to liberate the Earth. My job is to save all your asses. And I'm not stopping until it's done.
Indigo children are here to alter the timeline, shift the frequency, and prevent extinction.
Every time the consciousness rises, it's not just us on Earth, it's not just humans, it's the entire universe, universe-wide.
That's right, and that's also allowing us to move into, that's also allowing us access to the other districts, the other realms, and the other planets. Because we have to raise ourselves to a certain consciousness level where we grew the fuck up. We're not doing some of the stuff that we're doing no more.
Right.
And those that are down here that are doing it, they're being eliminated every day.
Many began gravitating toward healing arts, quantum sciences, alternative education, and conscious technology.
Energy tells matter what to do, and if you have the right frequency, you can create and you can destroy anything. What I do, especially when they put out new diseases, right? What I do is I zoom in on the disease because I can remote view, I can see what's happening, I can see what's in it, and I can pull it up on my screen, right? Because I have a screen, and then I can see everything that's in it, and then I can generate the frequencies to neutralize it, and then I put it out for free on the hologram. That's what I do.
Basically, the game is that we're all blanked out and we have to do it again until we do it right.
That's right. That's literally what it is. And not only in this body, which is why there were so many cycles. Same players, different timelines. That's the reason why this is the last cycle, because we all are finally here at the same time, all of the different leaders throughout the centuries. We're going to complete the board with precision.